Welcome to this rhapsodic episode of Talking Lamar. Today, I'm talking about the little things that can actually make us happy. Let's get to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about.
What are you talking about?
I am talking to you.
That's just what I was talking about.
It's Talking Lamar.
There's all kinds of big things that happen to us that are awesome. There's big things that happen to us that are terrible. There's a lot of big things all the way around. And big things that make us happy, they're awesome, but there's a lot of little things that I don't think we think about. And I was looking at an article the other day, and it just sort of brought this up, that your life really is full of just small things that don't seem to be that big a deal. But if you think about it, they really are comforting, and they do make you happy, and they make you happy a lot because a lot of them you do on a daily basis. Would y'all agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah. So I sit down and I made a list of some of my stuff, and I want y'all to be thinking about it while we talk about it, because I know you got stuff for your own that does it. The first thing that comes to my mind, that every day, there's not a day I can think of that has went by in a long time, that first hot cup of coffee in the morning. You just got up, you've been asleep and you're sort of groggy and whatever. That first cup of coffee in the morning, it's the best. Now I have many cups after that, but those are not the same. Those are not the same as that very first one. It's just, I don't know.
I love that. I agree with you. It's more of a weekend thing for me, because then I can just I'm not like on a clock the way I am during the work week.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I
true.
love, because I know how much coffee you drink, and it's not an exaggeration to say it's a bucket. And so the fact that you still really enjoy that first sip, that's awesome.
First one.
Good for you.
Oh yeah, no, it really is. It really is. And it's I don't know. There's just something about it. I like how it smells. I like the whole act of doing it. The putting the cream in. And I don't know. I like it. It's really good. Now, the next one, sounds so, I don't know what, corny or whatever. But when I'm walking down the street, or I'm going in a door while somebody is coming out or back and forth or whatever, that I have no idea who they are, but they smile. I like for people to smile when they see somebody else, because I do. And I don't know. Do you pay attention to that?
I not only pay attention to it, but I take a moment to really appreciate it, because it's a free gift of decency and kindness. And I think that there's not a lot of that. It feels like that's a little bit in short supply lately. And that may be because I spend so much time online. I don't know. But yeah, I love having an encounter with a stranger, even if it's just a smile. One of us opens the door for the other. I like it even better when we can have a little chit chat. But
Yeah.
I'll take
No, that,
the,
yeah.
I'll take the
Well,
smile.
now, listen, if we're at the line at the bank or something like that, or any kind of line or whatever, there's going to be some chit chat. They may not like it, but I'm chit chatting. But I enjoy when somebody engages. I mean, I really do. I like talking to people, but a smile that's a big deal for me. The other thing that I think is very cool is when you put on a pair of pants that have been hanging up in the closet, and you reach into the pocket, and there's a $5 bill or a $10 bill or $1 bill. I just finding money. I don't know. There's something
And
about
it's your
that.
it's
a
your money.
surprise. Yes.
It's your
yes,
money,
it
but
is.
still, I can still remember like it was yesterday, putting on a winter jacket for the first time, and there was in the pocket a $20 bill and the car keys that I looked everywhere for and had to pay to replace.
Oh, no.
That's a
It was
dope
awesome,
deal.
though.
Oh, that is awesome.
You know what?
That is awesome.
I remember the 20 with happiness, and the car keys I have no feeling about at all. It is what it
Yeah,
is. But that
no,
20,
that
Lamar,
is dope.
20?
Yeah. I hope I forget and leave something in a pair of pants now and put them on a month from now. almost as good, or maybe even better than finding some money in my pocket, is a really good laugh with a friend. There's, it's like when me and Max are on the phone and we're talking, and we laugh about something, or I got a couple of friends I have lunch with and stuff like that. It's the best.
You and I will go to lunch and we will laugh the entire time. We will laugh
so
the
true.
entire time.
It is so true. It is very true. And it's such a gift. It is such a gift that to get to do that. I mean, I think it's a big deal. And to tag on to that, even better than that. And this is going to be, and Sheri, you'll understand this too, I think. And Max, I think you will too. But hearing my wife, Carla, uncontrollable laugh. I mean, uncontrollable, not just he, whatever. Something that really just, she can't stop laughing. She can't catch her breath laughing. I love that sound. And if I'm finding the same thing funny, it's huge. It's just huge. I don't know.
It's the best
great.
thing. Yeah.
It is the best.
It is the best thing.
Best thing. I mean, it is. And it's,
And that big shared explosive laughter is the greatest gift of what we do for a living.
It is.
I don't really know very many people, and I know a lot of people who go to work every day with their little friends and just laugh.
Are we your little friends?
We're each other's little friends.
We are each other's little friends. It's true.
And it's like, and if you're listening to this and go, well, I listen to your show and you suck and you're not even funny. Buddy, there are two shows. There's the one that goes on the air, and then there's the one that's happening while we're working.
Who is that person that's listening so deep into this that they're listening to this podcast?
Hey,
they have that attitude.
They're hate listening. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're hate listening. Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are laughing about. You suck.
Well,
I've been listening for 26 years and you suck.
We're hate performing. We're having a good time in spite of you.
But yeah, even like on days where we're so frustrated, something is broken, we're just exhausted, whatever. Like we're still over here like with each other, and not very many people get to do that at work. And that might be why the world is so sour and furious right now. Is that we have not enough like silly, goofy, joyful fun. I don't know.
I have been fortunate. The majority of my life, that for all the years from the late 70s when I was on beer trucks and driving beer trucks, I'm stopping at stops, I'm getting out, I'm seeing a bunch of people. It's constantly, I had a great time. I have never been in a work environment where you're supposed to be quiet or it's that you've got to keep some sort of, I don't know, you got to act like an adult, I guess. I don't know, because everywhere, all my life, most of my adult life, I've worked in the beer business, and even with the warehouse job, I mean, I'm shooting the shit with my guys, and we're having a great time. I mean, I'm the only place I've ever been where you're supposed to be quiet. I've told you this story. I was in a bank. And I was talking to a bunch of the tellers. All the tellers were lady tellers, and I would go to the bank like every day for work, taking stuff to the bank and whatever. And so, I mean, for me, it's an audience, and once it's an audience, you know how that goes. And so we're belly laughing, and the president of that branch comes out and says, "You have to leave. You have to leave."
You told this before, and I was I can't imagine.
What do you mean I got to leave? She goes, "This is a place of business." And I said, well, I mean, and at this point, it wasn't like there was a bunch of customers in there. I mean, it was just, it was sort of a slack time, and I'm just talking a bunch of crap, and we're all just laughing and having a big time. She goes, "This is a place of business. Now, I'm going to need you to leave. And when you come back the next time, conduct yourself with business." And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's fine. I wanted to say, get the stick out of your ass, but I didn't. I mean, but no, I've been fortunate. So I've never worked in an environment where you couldn't just, I mean, in the hallways of but it didn't matter. I mean, it was, I've been able to be loud and whatever pretty much all the time. So I've been lucky on that. Very lucky.
You are lucky because if you think
Yeah.
about it, we like work swallows so much of our lives and our waking hours. And anybody that's had a really terrible job or worked for terrible management, which we have,
Yeah.
but we had each other,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
had a buffer from it. You come home just drained of the will to live. It's terrible. Terrible.
All right. I'm gonna give one more, and then I want y'all to give me a couple.
Okay.
And this should not be a surprise. The very first bite of a delicious meal. It's the best. It is
The first bite,
absolutely
yeah.
the first bite. It is the best because you've looked over the menu, or you've already thought about it before you got to the place. You've picked out this one thing that you think is going to be the best thing that you could have at that point. And then you take that first bite, and it's every bit as good as you wanted it to be. That's a big deal.
And what is it about that first bite is the greatest bite, and it doesn't sustain like that first bite. It's not like the other bites aren't good, but that first bite.
No, exactly. Well, you only get that first bite once. After that, you've already, then you know what to expect. But,
Yeah.
because you're always thinking, is this going to be as good as I want it to be? And when it is fantastic. All right, Max, give me one.
So I like to go and get a mani-pedi, and the feeling that I have after I get a mani-pedi,
Dang.
I just
is
feel like I can conquer the world after I get that. I don't know what it is about that, but it is really strong.
I think part of what it is, it's so relaxing.
Yeah.
It's very, very relaxing.
And I think it's the only thing in your life where you sit back and someone else takes care of you.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's the only
And
place in
you
your
don't
life
feel-
where that happens.
You don't feel guilty because you're paying for this.
Still feel a little guilty, Lamar. There's a little bit of guilt. A little bit of guilt. Yeah,
No.
I'm paying.
Once-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put coffee on my list. A cup of coffee in the morning. The first cup in the morning. I put that on there.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a grocery store and a woman has like a child sitting in the area on the cart, and I wave to the child, and the child waves back, but the parent is unaware.
Yes.
It's like you've had a little connection with that person. That person looks at you, has no judgment about you whatsoever. All they know is somebody's being friendly to them, and they want to be friendly to you back. That is, I love that.
What about when you're in a booth? When you're sitting in a booth at a restaurant and the kid's on the next booth and is looking over and smiling or playing peep-eye or whatever, and their parents are eating. They don't pay any attention. I like that too. That's cool.
Why is it that if I'm at the restaurant and the kid's in the next booth, they're pounding against the booth, it's up against my back, and there's crackers being thrown everywhere? Or that could be just me. If I do a play, before every performance, you have a warm up with everybody else that's in the cast. And then after you're finished with that, there is a period of time before you have curtain. They open the house, the people are filing in and all that sort of stuff. I always find a little quiet place, and I always feel grateful for the life that I have. There's this little piece of time that's in there.
Oh, I love that.
With the anticipation of what's going to happen. So when I cook a Boston butt, I usually will put it in the oven about 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I love that smell in the morning of a big piece of pork that's been cooking all night. Oh, you would think in the morning that would be the last thing you'd want to smell, but oh my God, there's great comfort in that. And also there's anticipation with that about what's this going to be like when we get finished with it. Yeah. Another one is the first bite of movie popcorn when you're in the theater.
Yeah.
And the popcorn's right.
And the popcorn's right.
Yeah. It's because sometimes the popcorn's okay, but sometimes it's unbelievably.
Yeah.
It's just come out of the popper. Mm-hmm. They got the right amount of salt.
Yeah.
Everything's dead on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I think that is one of the greatest joys, little joy, and that's pretty much it. Oh, new tires on my car. I don't know if did I say I didn't say that, did I?
No,
When
no.
I get new tires on my car, that's another one that's like the nails. I feel like I can because the car rides a little different. You feel a little bit more in control of things. I love when I get new tires on the car.
I used to say,
goofy.
all right, Max. I'm going to say this, and you tell me if I'm just full of crap or not. When I get brand new tires on the car, all 4 tires on the car, when I get in the car or the truck, whatever, it feels like it sets up just a little bit more
higher.
Now, I know that it's like it's not even a fourth of an inch, but it just feels like it's setting up just a little bit. Yeah. No, you're right. All right, Sheri, what you got?
I have a lot because the little moments I think are the ones you can spend like a whole year saving up for and daydreaming about a big moment, and then just as the big moment's about to happen, your kid throws up on your shoes. So you don't want to put all your eggs in the big moment basket.
Yeah.
So my days are pretty long, and I'm hustling the whole time. I try to stay on focus. I try to stay on task. I got my work. I have my house. I have all these other things that are plates that I'm juggling. But there comes a time in every day where it changes every day. Sometimes it's 6 p.m. Sometimes it's not till 8:30 p.m. But like I'm done. I'm off duty. And I will pour myself a little glass of wine. And my new routine now is that's Bridger the dog's cuddle time. So I pour myself a glass of wine. I sit down. He climbs into my lap, makes himself comfortable, snores in my ear. And, I have like an hour of just big, heavy dog and nothing else, which I love because, I miss my kids being little. And so having a 60-pound dog in my lap recreates that experience for me a little bit. Another one, and I do get to have this feeling a lot, and it's one of my favorites. There is nothing like walking out of, whether it's the La Quinta or the Holiday Inn Express or whatever, there's nothing like walking out of a hotel on the side of the road before the sun has come up and there's dew on the grass and the sky is just starting to get light and you're going to hit the road and anything can happen. You could see anything. It could be awesome because, I alwaase like a detour or a side road. You could find yourself visiting a place that you've only read about, like Butte National Monument, which we hiked around on when we were on the road back in August. Or you could find yourself in a 8-mile long traffic jam trying to find an alternate route. You just don't know what the day is going to bring.
Excuse me.
And you're free.
Or in your case, you could find yourself in a rental car that's either got a flat tire or you're having to constantly restart.
Yeah, it's the truth. But I will say about having to constantly reboot the Nissan Rogue, boy, I saw some stuff.
Sheri, I really love that one. I really do. The idea of being early in the morning, especially like that. I used to play a little game when we all worked in the same studio and had to go in at that time of morning when it was so dark. I would always pretend for the little piece of time I had on the interstate that I was on a trip and that I was leaving on a trip and I wasn't going to work. And then, of course, at the last minute, I had to take the exit. But for those few minutes when I was on the interstate, when it was really nice. So I know it. I know what your feeling is with that.
There was one place on our last road trip, Shamrock, Texas, which is right on the eastern Texas-Oklahoma border. And we stayed in this place that was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was crazy. It was cuckoo town. But, we're out and I'm walking Bridger, the dog, around while Kevin puts stuff in the truck. And it's dark still, but you know how you can hear the birds start up when the sun is getting ready to come up? And there's a chill in the air. And I'm watching other early leaver people, truckers and stuff, coming out of their rooms. And people are all like, we all acknowledge each other as being crazy. But there's something about most of the world still being asleep. And you holding your, Holiday Inn coffee and looking at the road ahead. There's just something about that. And I think if
Yeah.
you're not a person who likes a road trip, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's another awesome feeling. You know how you'll go outside in like the late afternoon sometimes, and the light and the temperature, everything is just perfect. And it hits you that you're alive on this rock right now.
Mm.
And it
Yeah.
might have been a crappy day, and maybe you're looking forward to a crappy night. But in that moment, you take it in.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. That
And
is
there's
good.
also, how sometimes you'll have a craving and it's random. Like I spent most of August with the worst chocolate cake with chocolate frosting craving you could imagine. And that seems like you should be able to lay your hands on it. You'd be surprised how hard it is, because the craving is very specific, and it's not going to be satisfied by just anything, right?
Mhm.
You know that kind of food craving, Lamar, where it has to be the exact right thing, and you'll
Yes.
try it.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
that wasn't it. Oh, that wasn't it. And then Kevin will say something like, "Well, I know they didn't have chocolate cake. Do you want a ding dong?" No, a ding dong is not going to get her done.
It's not chocolate cake.
But then you find it, and like you said about that first bite, of something you've had a wicked craving for,
Yeah.
that is as good
Yep.
as sex, man. That
Yeah,
is
that
good
is good.
stuff.
That is
Mm,
good. That is good.
mm,
That is good.
mm.
I tell you one that this happens to me every day is looking into my dog's eyes and having her look back just as intently, and she won't break it. She will not break it. I have to be the one to look away. She will not break it. And
That
that's, I don't know. There's
that
something
means they
about
love
that.
you. I read that. That means
Yeah, no, I know.
That's love.
Mojo does it. So he'll do it to the point of almost like, this is getting creepy. He'll just stare intently at me. So I can't figure, are you happy with me? Do you? But that means that they love you. It's almost like
Yeah.
adoringly is how they're looking
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah, she will not. She will not break. She will not.
I thought of another one. It's Bob, who used to work with us. It's one of his favorite things, and it's really fabulous. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You know when you go to a restaurant, you're going out to dinner. Bob loves going out to dinner. That's like his favorite thing in the world. Loves going
Yeah.
out to dinner. And his favorite thing when going out to dinner is to order a drink and spend whatever amount of time before you pick up the menu and order food. He loves that. And I'm always like rushing to get to the next thing. I'm literally rushing through my own life like it's terrible. It's an awful way to live.
Yeah.
But that was so important to him that when we would go out to dinner together, he would be like, "We have time, right? Let's just enjoy a drink." And so we would order a drink and we would sit there, and it might be a half an hour before,
And not even pick up the menu. Not even pick it up.
before we picked up the
Yeah.
menu. As a server, that did kind of used to drive me crazy, but he loved it so much that when he wanted to do that, I was happy to do that. Because
Yeah.
there's something about, and he said it one time, he's like, you're out at a restaurant and there's music playing and the white tablecloth is spotless, and you know that whatever you're going to order is going to be great. And it's just like a moment to just be an adult person in the world. And he's right. And it's a great
He is right.
moment.
He's 100% right. He really is.
Great
And I
moment.
think both of you will agree with this, especially you, Sherry. A really good book that pulls you in, and the book is so good, you hate to finish it. When you get to them last 2 pages, you're
Oh.
dreading it because you've enjoyed this book so much. You
Oh.
have become enthroned with these characters. They're your friends. They don't know you, but they're your friends because you have followed them in this book. You've pulled for them, you've cheered for them, you felt bad for them, and all. And you're like 2 pages to go, and you're going to finish it. It was great, but now you don't want it to be over.
And Lamar, you know that you can only read a book for the first time once.
Yes.
And the second reading will be its own pleasurable experience, and then the third. but that part where you're turning the pages and you can't wait for what's coming next. You get that once.
Yeah.
You get
Now,
that.
as
And
a
sometimes
movie,
movies are like that too. Yeah.
well,
Sometimes
I was going to
movies are
say,
like that.
as a movie critic, being totally 100% surprised by a twist in the movie. You didn't see it because I never looked. We talked about this. I never looked forward to try to figure it out. I just want it to come to me. And when that twist comes to me, and I go, "Oh my God!" I love that. I love a great twist in a movie. I really do. I really do.
Well, and some movies you're just so like, oh, I love this movie, that you wish you could go back and watch it again for the first time and have all of that discovery.
Yeah. And Max, well, both of you will know what I'm talking about on this. Having someone eat something that you cooked, and they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and now they don't just say, "Oh, this is good," because everybody has to say that.
Here's
but
how
they
you
go back. They eat it twice. They keep eating.
Or they say, "Can you make this again?" Hey, you know that? Can you make that again? That's how you know.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
Another really great feeling is it's a rainy Sunday, and you've got like homemade soup or something going. Yeah. And just knowing that knowing that the weather is so terrible that you have to stay inside and maybe take a nap or watch a movie or read the book or whatever. I mean, you just have to. There's so much to be done out in the yard, but you can't do it.
Can't do it.
What a
Can't
shame.
do it.
Yeah.
What a shame.
And just a nap period. If you can take a nap and you're not sitting there thinking, well, I should be doing this. No, I'm taking a nap.
It's not just taking a nap. For me, it's a nap while a true crime show is on TV. And sometimes as I start to dream, the true crime show becomes a part of the dream. But no, it is. It's having the TV on kind of low and being able to do that. That's heaven.
Yeah.
A golf nap, a TV golf nap. Although I have to say that it was not possible to nap during the Ryder Cup this year. That was rather contentious. But usually a golf nap is a good nap, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're all whispering, "Oh, he's on the 14th green," and it's conducive to sleeping. It really is. Yeah.
Unless the golf tournament is being broadcast on one of those channels where the volume changes for the commercial.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So you're like, he's on the 14th green preparing to make the putt. This is a decisive, well, his caddy is clearly reaching for this is a sign of how far this player has come. And everything is fine. Everything's great. And then, and you're just drifting off. You know that feeling, that couch feeling? You know the one. The couch is doing exactly, like it's holding your body in just the right way. And the golf announcer guy is talking in low tones. And then the next thing you know, it's Metamucil at high volume in your ears. Enjoy the go! Or whatever the slogan. You can't get back to sleep.
Smelling freshly baking cookies or bread in the oven. God, I love that smell. I love that smell. It is good.
Walking into the house and somebody else is cooking something like that.
Oh,
I hear that's a hell of an experience.
Yeah. I've read about that in one of those books I love so much. That would be a twist in my life movie.
Yes. Oh, same.
That would be a twist.
If I ever opened my eyes to the smell of something baking, I would immediately grab my arm to make sure I wasn't deceased. Like, can I feel my body? Lord, am I still here?
Well, I'm going to assume that anybody listening is feeling like they've got a lot of these too. And I tell you what, If you want to share some of those moments, give us a call. Go on the app and drop down there and hit that microphone and start talking, and we'll be glad to listen. But before we leave, I think we've got a talk back that somebody left that's got something to do with me.
Hey guys, Sheri, you call him the sensuous man. That's a pretty good nickname. And this morning you called him Mr. Butter. I'm talking about Lamar here. But you called him Mr. Butter over here. I gotta say, Mr. Butter is a pretty good nickname. Anyway, but the reason why Lamar never got a nickname is because the name Lamar, in and of itself, is already super cool. My biological name is one I absolutely love and adore. My parents thought I'd go by my middle name, and that was never even an option for me. Anyway, so yeah, that's why you don't really have a nickname, Lamar. Lamar is just too cool. But you could go by the sensuous man or Mr. Butter. All right. I still can't get over Mr. Bubby. I love you guys. Bye.
Hey, Mr. Butter, bring your smoothness over here.
Hey, listen, I've been called a whole lot worse than Mr. Butter. I couldn't tell you that. Listen, thank everybody for listening to this episode, and I hope you'll tune back in. Don't give it up, because you know I hate a quitter. And do not miss the True Weird Stuff podcast, because it's been nominated for everything you can think about. I promise you're going to love it. Now, don't forget, go on the Bob and Sheri app, look at the bottom, click on the microphone, and start talking. We can't wait to hear from you. Until then.